Hi, my name is Kyra Maestra, and I'm here to make the case for why you as a healer should learn somatics. First of all, somatics is just a word that means in relation to the body as opposed to the mind. So dance therapies, yoga therapies could all be somatic therapies. But somatic experiencing therapy is the modality that I was trained in. It's the world's premier trauma therapy. And truthfully, before I went to school at Peter Levine's Somatic Experiencing for Trauma Institute, I kind of got the download about somatics from working with DMT. I did a 2-year shamanic training and had been working also with plant medicines before that. But I wanted to create something that would mimic what the ayahuasca, DMT, psilocybin medicines would do, but mimic them while doing them sober. A quick note on Peter Levine and somatic experiencing. I studied with people in school that studied directly underneath him, and they would say that he credited ayahuasca with teaching him this therapy. So I learned it from DMT first, he learned it from ayahuasca first, and then his students kind of built out the therapy. And now it's the world's best trauma therapy that we have, period, bar none. So the argument for why you as a healer should be learning a subconscious first modality, EFT, EMDR, the shaking therapy, I'm not sure what it's called, but somatic experiencing specifically is just, it's so common when we're healers that we find people's emotional wounds, we find triggers, we find emotional things coming up in sessions, whether we do acupuncture or holistic healing or, massage, which is my background, whatever it is. We are working with somebody and inevitably we're accessing these deeper emotions that are anchoring whatever pain in place. And so when we have a modality that can actually move that energy, free that fight or flight energy from the system and renegotiate deeply held agreements that we have with life, our therapy becomes exponentially more effective. So the difference between a somatic therapy and somatic experiencing therapy is that somatic therapies, they have to do with the body, but somatic experiencing therapy works around moving awareness between 5 channels of human awareness. We all come equipped with these 5 channels. I lay them out on a spectrum. My practice has grown in a little bit of a customized kind of perspective. So on the more conscious end of the spectrum, we have the mind, visualization, kind of right in the middle of the conscious and unconscious, we have posture or body behavior. And then we have body sensations and emotions. And body sensations and emotions are closest to the unconscious mind. So they can more actively rewire the unconscious mind as opposed to the mind, and like positive thinking doesn't always make you feel differently about a thing. You can be having an anxiety attack and be like, this is fine, I'm totally safe, but the anxiety attack is raging full force. And so when you learn to utilize all of these 5 channels and move a person's awareness around, you can access these pockets of fight or flight energy, and the person will purge them out of their system. And purges can happen through crying, hysterical, laughing, sweating, feeling really hot all of a sudden, burping, like the same kinds of things that happen when you're in a ceremony or working with plant medicines. So I'm simplifying all of this greatly for the sake of brevity in this video. But one of the things that I wanted to mention is that when I realized that this could be used to rewire the unconscious mind, to renegotiate agreements about life, I recognized that it wasn't only good for just PTSD and trauma, although it's great for that. It's great also for agreements that we have around our self-worth, agreements that we have around how much money we think we can make, agreements that we have around how valuable our therapy actually is. And when I recognized that this could be used to rewire any agreement that we have with life, I began working with women who wanted to start businesses. Because when we start entrepreneurship, or when we as healers decide that we would like to make more money or stop trading our time for money, maybe create a system that could really help somebody go from here to here, and maybe we just want to work with anxiety, maybe we just want to work with a specific type of clientele, building a different kind of business model is absolutely and totally within our reach. But a lot of the things that come up for us when we're trying to enter into an entrepreneurial journey like this and change things up, all of our agreements come into play. All of the things that we were taught about money, about our own power, about the ability to attract clients, about the ability to choose our clientele. We have so many unconscious agreements that get in the way. And so I've created for healers a 3-month program that if you'd like to learn somatics, if you'd like to learn this amazing therapy, then here is my own unique take on it, and you'll learn everything that you need to learn to get somebody purging these fight or flight pockets, really moving their trauma out of the body, and also rewiring their own unconscious agreements with life. And you'll learn the skills to be attracting the kind of clientele that you want and building a business model that works for your life. Maybe bringing in more money when you're not always actively hands-on, and really still creating transformation for the people that you really want to work with. So the program is called Somatic Entrepreneurship. Again, it's a 3-month program. It's group and one-on-one. So we have weekly group calls. We have bi-monthly one-on-one calls so we can work on your specific business or whatever's coming up for you. There's amazing daily practices, so much pre-recorded content, and the beta testing of this program has gone so well. People were doubling their income. They were fully moving out of trauma responses. They went from thinking it was going to take them a year to start making money with what they were doing to making money right away. And I really do think that in terms of working with women, working on finances and the ability to create the financial reality that you want is just as important as learning to create the relationships that you want and learning to create the health in your body that you really want. And all of this is possible when we learn a technique for rewiring our unconscious mind and rewiring our emotional patterns. You know, our body gets addicted to whatever we feed it, whatever chemical patterns that we're running, whatever emotional patterns that we're running that create the chemical patterns. Our body wants to perpetuate what we have been doing. And so when we give ourselves the right input, the right thought forms, the right mindsets and frameworks, and also a practice to really work with the emotional intelligence of the body, then we just become unstoppable. So if you'd like to join the program, we start May 1st this round, and we'll be doing it every 3 months. I am really excited to be working with exactly my dream clients, which is always who comes into this container. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful just in giving you a little bit of a background on somatic experiencing, and I'm excited to talk to you further. The link is in the bio for Somatic Entrepreneurship, and also I have a link tree with a ton of little free goodies that you might want to check out. So see you soon.